So how can I explain the Princess's Cruise? Oh, right. I just gotta explain it, don't I? Alright, roll the intro. The Prince of Twilight Sparkle have won tickets for an airship pleasure trip, and take the opportunity to invite their two children as well as Cadance and Fluttery Heart, just to enjoy this trip together as a family. However, when they don't admit that they don't know why they received these places, not having entering in contest, Twilight, she actually, it's just weird. She notices the behavior of passengers with Twilight and Cadance being strange, and for good reason. Twilight quickly discovers that this is a themed cruise on Princess of Equestria, of which the organizer, who is also the captain, is none other than Iron Will. He offered places to Twilight's parents, and they loved ones to add some added value to this cruise. For the ponies who paid for their seats as well. Hoping to see princesses in the flesh, Twilight, however, agrees to indulge in the theme activities of the cruise, as long as her family is left alone and she can join them before dark. Of course, the trip is going very badly. Twilight doesn't have a moment of her own, and she can't seem to enjoy her trip with her family. In addition, Star Tracker, a very annoying pony who was still in his paws, were but more on that later. Cadance tries to comfort her as best she can, but Twilight is miserable, and when she misses the one activity she's interested in, she cracks up and ruins her nerves on everyone, especially Star Tracker. However, her family comes to console her in Twilight's apologies, while Iron Will quickly escapes the airship after his scheme is revealed. Namely, that the contract of his cruise does not guarantee the presence of the princesses. And now that moves us to the Sparkle family. Until then, we didn't really know Twilight's parents, briefly seen in a few flashbacks. We discover here that they are really not very smart. Um, Neurons may skip generations in this family, by the way. The game places through a competition in which they did not participate. Without asking any questions, questioning the sign of forms without reading them as well, just because it was free. No money required at all. Perhaps this was lack of seriousness in contracts explains why they were never shocked to see the daughter raising a baby dragon. At the same time, she was studying. Oh, we also discovered that they are quite carefree, even irresponsible. While the daughter is forced to miss her relaxing day to satisfy the crew passengers, her parents are having fun as if nothing had happened. That was admittedly somewhat the purpose of the trip, but not a single one. Sometimes would they, they don't think of going to see if she's okay. The only one who cares is Cadance. Shining Armor is excused, anyways. Considering he's sick the entire trip, which is not surprising, it's knowing his track record of everything. Anyways, who tries to comfort her and explain to her that even though she's a princess, she doesn't have to And, she sacrifices herself time after time after time. This time, Candace is trying not to sacrifice herself again. For a Beast theme cruise, we will come back to that as well. Now we go to Star Trekker. Star Trekker is a particularly annoying Twilight fan. He has nothing. He has nothing of interest. He is only the winner of a lottery which crowns him honorary member of the Sparkle family, which one has not asked for his opinion. Just for the duration of the unfortunate cruise, as a result, he follows Twilight everywhere, all day long. He sticks to her very closely. He's always in his hooves and does not even notice that the princess is forcing herself all day to not to send him to graze. So towards the end of the episode, her behavior earned her accidentally being walked in by Twilight. Walked on by Twilight. Already quite upset, who told her four truths. However, after the fact, she feels remorse and she goes to apologize to him. Now, I personally find these excuses unfair and hard to swallow. Which brings us to part 3, which is a morality that scuttles itself. So this episode seeks to deliver a relevant and important moral. Nothing forces you to always put others before you. It can even hurt you. That's what it means. To which is added, if you do, clearly pose limits early on. So if others don't, others don't overstep them and know where to stop. Problem is, she brought it with appealing, she just brought it on herself. Honestly, she forced herself to. Anyways, let's sum up. Twilight agrees to play the wise princess, even though she doesn't want to, because she doesn't want to disappoint all those passengers who have paid for the seats, and the fact that she is being tricked into it is ignored. She's forced to put up with Star Trekker, who doesn't seem to even know the notion of a living space. And the only reason she doesn't dare send him to graze elsewhere is because he's supposed to be treated like a member of her family. A family that shows itself to be globally inefficient to her discomfort. Finally, Twilight, who can't take it anymore, hurt Star Trekker with words. Okay, she stepped on him too, but it was unwillingly, and it's only due to Star Trekker's own silliness. Now, yet it is still her and not him who must come afterwards to apologize. Sorry, admittedly, in principle, this remains in agreement with the moral of the episode. If she had known from the beginning to say to him no, there you are abusing, and ask her to keep her distance, she would perhaps have avoided all this stress. And if she had known from the start to the other ponies that she had come to relax and not to serve as a tourist attraction, that would understood it. They would have understood it right away, as it is shown at the end of the episode. But all the same, it's a little big that she is presented as the only person pony responsible for the situation. In addition, she is also criticized for implying that she said to Star Trekker, this little one, family does not stick to me so close. Why he's not part of his family, darn it. Except according to the Minotaur, who has proven his dishonesty and whose word is therefore of little value. In short, this episode seeks to deliver an important message, but for this is clumsily force things around Twilight. In order to pass off this rant as a fault of his part, and only on his part, rather than the result, many strains she suffered all day. And the fact that a large part of these tensions are caused by a big hoopla of aggressive in his way of being, that one almost thinks that he was hired for that. That really doesn't happen. It really help matters. Which brings us to the conclusion. So, what did you think of this of what I just said? We'll meet again next time to discover a great secret on Rainbow Dash that I will personally talk to you about. In fact, I think I got a script wrote up for Rainbow Dash this time. Anyways, guys, in the meantime, this is Professor Embers signing off until next time. Class is dismissed.